Hello students, welcome to new video lecture on operational amplifier. In this lecture I am going to discuss multiple choice questions on operational amplifier. This is for S5 BSc physics paper second semester 3 of Savitribai Phule Pune University. Now what is an operational amplifier? An operational amplifier, which is often called as op-amp, is a DC coupled high gain electronic voltage amplifier with differential inputs and usually a single output. High input impedance at the input terminals, ideally infinite, and low output impedance, that is ideally zero, are important typical characteristics. Now here this is a symbol of operational amplifier. This terminal, it is inverting terminal. This terminal, it is non-inverting terminal. It is denoted by minus sign here, plus here. These are supply voltages, plus Vs, minus Vs. These are supply voltages, and here this is output terminal. Now gain of this means output voltage of this operational amplifier V0 is equal to A V1 minus V2. So difference of inputs, and A is called open loop gain. Open loop gain, and generally this gain is very high, that is infinite. Ideally it is infinite. Now this operational amplifier, it is electronic device. It has some parameters, and what are that parameters? If we take ideal operational amplifier, its open loop voltage gain must be infinite. But typically we get operational amplifiers in the market like IC741. It is not infinite, but it is very high. Output impedance, that is impedance measured between output terminal and ground, ideally it must be zero. Practically it is very small. Input impedance means it is input complex voltage upon input complex current, and ideally it must be infinite, but practically it is high. Input offset current. Now what is input offset current? Input offset voltage. Now input offset current means, suppose we have operational amplifier. These are two inputs, V1 and V2, and here we get output V0. Now here suppose I2 and I1, these are currents. Now input offset current, that is I1 minus I2, that is IIO, for V0 is equal to 0. So difference in input currents for which output is 0, that is called input offset current. And input offset voltage VIO, it is V1 minus V2 for V0 is equal to 0, means for output is equal to 0. So practically there is some difference. Ideally it must be 0, but practically there is very small value like 2 millivolt and so on. Then bandwidth of operational amplifier, ideally it must be infinite, but practically it is large. Common mode rejection ratio, ideally it must be infinite, but practically it is large. Slew rate, ideally it is infinite, practically it is very small. input bias current. Input bias current means I1 plus I2 by 2 for V0 is equal to 0. This is input bias current. So practically it must be 0. Ideally it must be 0, but practically it is small one. Power supply rejection ratio ideally should be 0. Practically it has some small value. Power consumption, it is small for practical operational amplifiers. Now, generally open loop gain of operational amplifier is infinite. We require finite gain. For that purpose we apply feedback. What is feedback? So feedback, it is part of output is fed back to input. Means here this is operational amplifier and here output. Now part of this output, it is fed back to input through some circuit. So it is called feedback circuit. Now it can be single resistance, it can be capacitor or combination of capacitor and resistances. Now here output can be fed back, part of output can be fed back to non-inverting terminal or it can be fed back to inverting terminal. So if feedback is given to non-inverting terminal, then it is called positive feedback. But if feedback is given to inverting terminal, then it is called negative feedback. Now what is meaning of inverting and non-inverting? Means suppose here we have operational amplifier and these are two terminals, plus minus, and here output. These are supply voltages. And suppose we give here input and this one is connected to ground. If input is positive, output is positive. If input is negative, output is negative. So same sign of input and output. That is called non-inverting. But suppose we connect this terminal to ground and if we apply input voltage here, if input is positive, output is negative. If input is negative, output is positive. So signal is inverted. Signal is inverted. That's why it is called inverting terminal. Now generally when we use operational amplifier in the circuit, we use negative feedback. And there are two golden rules for negative feedback. So what are that golden rules? No current will flow into the inputs. The input voltages at two terminals will be nearly equal. This is golden rule. Means suppose here this is operational amplifier. This is inverting terminal. This is non-inverting terminal. This is output terminal. And suppose we give here feedback through some feedback circuit. So here these are two terminals. So here if we take here no current flows. So no current flows through input terminals and whatever voltage at inverting terminal will be nearly equal to voltage at non-inverting terminal. These are two golden rules. So whatever current comes from input, it goes through feedback circuit to output. Here current I1 will be equal to 0, I2 will be equal to 0. So no current will flow through inputs into the operational amplifier. So these are some golden rules. Now we'll go to multiple choice questions. Now the differential gain of operational amplifier is. So we know V0 is equal to A times V1 minus V2. So input is difference in output, difference in inputs, that is amplified. So this differential gain, A is differential gain, that gain is usually very high. It is usually very high. Now next one, the operational amplifier can amplify. Now it can amplify AC signal, it can amplify DC signal. So both AC and DC signals are amplified. Now two input terminals of an operational amplifier are named as, one is named as inverting terminal, another is named as non-inverting terminal. So out of 1, this is not correct, this is not correct. Inverting and non-inverting, this is correct, this is not correct. In the common mode of operational amplifier, both inputs are grounded, the outputs are connected together, an identical signal appears on both the inputs, the output signals are in phase. So in common mode gain, so suppose we take operational amplifier, we apply same signal, identical signal we apply identical signals. So here an identical signals appear on both the inputs. Now the common, in such a case, the common mode gain of operational amplifier, it must be very, very low. Ideally it must be 0. Common mode gain of an operational amplifier is very low. Ideally it must be 0. Now next one, when 0 volts on both inputs is applied, an operational amplifier ideally should have an output voltage equal to, we know V0 is equal to A times V1 minus V2. Now V1 is 0, V2 is 0, A is gain, that is very high, so you will get output 0. So you will get 0 output. For an operational amplifier working with negative feedback, the output is. So what happens here? In negative feedback, this is operational amplifier. Here this is this one is non-inverting terminal and this is non-inverting terminal. We fed back output to inverting terminal through some resistance or through some circuit. So here for an op-amp working with negative feedback, the output is increased, no. Fed back to the inverting input S equal to the input, no. Fed back to the non-inverting terminal, no. So it is fed back to the inverting input. The input offset current equals, what is input offset current? Now input offset current means, suppose we have operational amplifier. These are two input terminals. Suppose we apply signal here and signal here. Now V1, V2. Current will flow through this, current will flow through this. Now we can change input voltages so that currents will change. And here we have V0 output. Now if we measure output voltage and if V0 is equal to 0, what is difference between input currents? That is called input offset current. So input offset current equals the difference between two input currents for which output voltage is 0. So here the difference between two input currents for which output is 0. This is the correct answer. Next one is average of two inputs. No. Current through feedback for which output is 0. No. So this first one is correct. Difference between two input currents for which output is 0. A common mode signal is applied to the non-inverting input only, the inverting input only, both inputs, feedback resistor. It is applied to both the inputs, common signal. In common mode operational amplifier, the voltage gain is. Now common mode gain. Must be very small and differential gain it is high. So the voltage gain is smaller than the differential voltage gain. Differential voltage gain. In an ideal operational amplifier, we have infinite input impedance, zero input offset voltage, and infinite slew rate. Now here input impedance means this is ratio of complex input voltage upon complex input current, and since no currents flow through inputs of operational amplifier, ideally this must be infinite. Input offset voltage means here Vi0 it is equal to V1 minus V2 for which output is 0. Ideally this must be 0. Infinite slew rate. What is slew rate? What is slew rate? Now this slew rate, it is nothing but the maximum rate of change of output voltage of the amplifier under large signal condition. And its unit is voltage per microsecond. So the maximum rate of change of output voltage of the amplifier under large signal condition. And we have seen here this slew rate must be infinite. Here we have seen this slew rate must be infinite. So here slew rate it is infinite. So this first one is correct, second one is correct, third one is correct. So all of these, this is the correct option. Now in ideal operational amplifier we have zero impedance, no. Zero input impedance, no. It must be infinite. Infinite common mode rejection ratio. Now what is common mode rejection ratio? It is AD upon ACM. AD was differential gain and ACM it is common mode gain. And we know ideally common mode gain is 0. So CMMR is infinite. So CMMR is infinite, it is correct. Infinite output impedance, no. Output impedance must be 0. Ideally must be 0. Slew rate must be infinite. That's why this is not correct. This is not correct. This first one is not correct. This second one is correct. So in an ideal operational amplifier we have infinite common mode rejection ratio, infinite input impedance or very high input impedance, zero output impedance or very low output impedance, and infinite slew rate or very high slew rate. Now the ratio of change in input offset current to the change in temperature is, just we have seen input offset current. So here minus plus, here current is I2, here current is I1, here we have V0, and what is input offset current? It is I1 minus I2 for V0 is equal to 0. But at temperature changes, means with time that operational amplifier may be heated. So what happens, due to that there may be change in input offset voltage. So this delta II0 upon delta T is increase in temperature. So this ratio it is called input offset current drift. So here input offset current drift, input offset voltage drift, infinite output impedance, slew rate, no. So here suppose here we have V2, here we have V1, and Vi0 it is V1 minus V2 for V0 is equal to 0. So you can have Vi0 upon delta Vi0 upon delta T. This is called input offset voltage drift. The ratio of, next one, the ratio of differential voltage gain AD to common mode gain is, this is called common mode rejection ratio, CMRR. So here it is common mode rejection ratio. Now next one, with negative feedback, the feedback signal increases the input signal is more than the output voltage, decreases the input signal is proportional to differential voltage gain. Negative feedback means part of output is fed back to inverting terminal and this decreases input signal. And it is used to stabilize output. Now the ratio of input complex voltage to the input complex current is called, now voltage upon current we know resistance. So here input complex voltage upon input complex current, it is called input impedance of operational amplifier. So here out of this Closed loop gain amplitude? No. Differential mode rejection ratio? No. Common mode rejection ratio? No. It is input impedance. The output of particular operational amplifier increases 6-fold in 12 microseconds. The slew rate is. Now slew rate, it is simply change in output voltage in time. So it is 6 volt divided by 12 microsecond. So we will get this as 0.5 volt per microsecond. This is unit. So here out of these 4, this one is correct. Virtual ground. Now what is virtual ground? So suppose we take here simple circuit. This is operational amplifier. This is inverting terminal. This is non-inverting terminal. And this is output terminal V0. Here we have supply voltage plus Vs minus Vs, and here we give feedback to the inverting terminal, so it is negative feedback. And suppose we have here Vi input voltage and resistance R1, and non-inverting terminal it is directly connected to ground, and we have golden rules. No current flows through inputs, and second, voltages at two input terminals are nearly equal. These are two golden rules for negative feedback. So see here, if I take this point as A and this point as B. Now B, it is connected to non-inverting, A is connected to inverting. So VA, it is voltage at point A, and VB, it is voltage at point B. Now according to second golden rule, these two voltages must be equal. Now what is VB? VB is equal to 0 because it is connected to ground, so VA is equal to 0. So this point A, it is called virtual ground. Because it is at zero potential. It is at zero potential. Now virtual ground, it is not actual ground. It is not physically connected to the ground of earth. It is only at zero potential. It behaves like ground. So what happens? It is not physically connected to ground or earth. So what happens? Virtual ground is, what is given here is physically connected to ground or earth? No. Now see here, actual ground can sink infinite current. Means infinite current can flow towards the actual ground. So virtual ground cannot sink infinite current, or virtual ground is not able to sink infinite current. So this one is correct. And that is the difference between actual ground and virtual ground. Virtual ground is not physically connected to the ground or earth. It cannot sink infinite current. Actual ground means it is actually at zero potential. Virtual ground means it is nearly at zero potential. Now next one. A certain non-inverting amplifier has R1 is equal to 1 kilo ohm and Rf is equal to 10 kilo ohm. The closed loop gain will be. Now this is inverting terminal, this is non-inverting terminal. Here we have R1 and here V0. Here feedback resistance. Now non-inverting amplifier means input is connected to non-inverting terminal and this inverting terminal is grounded. So here gain of the amplifier, it is 1 plus Rf upon R1. So gain is here 1 plus 10 kilo ohm upon 1 kilo ohm. So it is 1 plus 10 is equal to 11. This is closed loop gain. So it is 11. In an ideal operational amplifier depicted below, the potential at node A is. Now see here, A, here VA is potential that is given to inverting terminal. Non-inverting terminal, it is connected to ground. So VA is equal to VB, but VB is 0, so VA is equal to 0. So because point A is virtual ground here. So here it is 0 volt. It is 0 volt. In an ideal operational amplifier depicted below, the output of the op amp is. Now here this is RF, this is R1, and here input is given to inverting terminal and non-inverting terminal is connected to ground. So this is inverting amplifier. Inverting amplifier. So what is gain of inverting amplifier? This is minus Rf upon R1. And what is V0 upon Vi is equal to A. Now here Vi is 1. So V0 is equal to A times Vi. So here Rf upon R1 25 upon 5 kilo ohm into input is 1 volt. So you will get 5 volt. So it is 5 volt. It is minus 5 volt. It is minus 5 volt. So here it is 5 volt. Magnitude is 5 volt. Next one. In an ideal op amp circuit shown in the figure below, R1 it is 3 kilo ohm, R2 is 1 kilo ohm, so this is 3 kilo ohm, this is 1 kilo ohm, and Vi is equal to, means here sine signal is applied at inverting terminal and its peak value it is 0.5 volt. So at the output also we get amplified signal with the same frequency. So here peak value V0. Now see here, this is non-inverting amplifier. So its gain is A is equal to 1 plus Rf upon R1. So here actually gain you will get, in place of Rf we have Rn, and in place of R1 we have R2. So here 1 plus R1 upon R2. So you will get 1 plus 3 by 1 kilo ohm. So you will get 4. What is V0? It is A times Vi. Now here A times Vi. So you will get here A is 4 into, I can use peak value 0.4, so it is 2 volt. So this is peak value, means this value, peak value, it is 2 volt. So here it is 2 volt. Now next one, what will be the output for the following circuit? Now see circuit carefully. So you can write this as RF, this as R1, this as R2, this as R3. This is subtractor circuit. So input is given to inverting terminal as well as non-inverting terminal. So resultant output is due to both. So here we get V0 is equal to. Now this V0 will be equal to, in this case, it is minus RF upon R1 into V1. I will call this as V1, this as V2. Now this is output voltage when signal is at non-inverting terminal and non-inverting is grounded, plus. Now you can have 1 plus RF upon R1 into R3 upon R2 plus R3 into V2. This is formula. If RF is equal to R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3, you will get simply V0 is equal to V2 minus V1. But here they are not equal, so you have to find. So V0 is equal to minus RF is 5 kilo ohm upon 0.5 kilo ohm multiplied by V1 plus 1 plus RF is 5 upon 0.5 kilo ohm into R3 is 5 upon 5 plus 0.5 multiplied by V2. So this first one is minus 5 upon 0.5, it is minus 10 into V1 plus, now 1 plus 10 into 5 upon 5.5 into V2. So here we get minus 10 V1 plus 11 into 5 upon 5.5 V2. Now here 5.5 and 11, 2. So we will get here minus 10 V1 plus 10 V2. Now minus 10 into V1 is 0.2 plus 10 times V2 is minus 0.3. So here we will get minus 2 minus 3, so it is minus 5 volt. So here D is minus 5 volt. Now next one, find the output of the following circuit. It is adder circuit. So here RF, R1, R2 we can denote. So for adder circuit, what is output? Actually output is, for adder circuit, output is minus RF upon R1 into V1 minus RF upon R2 into V2 and so on. So this is V1, this is V2. So V0 is equal to minus 4 kilo ohm upon 1 kilo ohm multiplied by 1 volt minus 4 upon 1 multiplied by 2. So here minus 4 minus 8, so we will get minus 12 volt. So here minus 12 volt. Now next one. In positive feedback, the phase difference between input signal and feedback signal is. So if we see amplifier, so here suppose this is amplifier circuit. So here we have input, and here we have output. So if we have signal here, this is suppose AC signal, sine signal, at the output the signal is inverted. So here V0. Now here part of output, it is fed back to input through feedback circuit. So suppose V0 is output and beta is feedback factor. Then feedback voltage Vf is equal to beta times V0. So here we have beta times V0. Now in positive feedback, Vi plus beta times V0 or Vi plus Vf. So it must be added. So input signal and feedback signal, they must be in phase. So here this is Vf. So what happens here? 180 degree phase change across the amplifier and 180 degree phase change across the feedback circuit. So here the phase difference between input signal and feedback signal. So here if we go along closed loop, it is 360 degree. In negative feedback, the phase difference between input signal and feedback signal is. So for negative feedback, here we have seen, for negative feedback, Vi minus beta times V0. So it must be like this. So here there is 180 degree phase change, here there is no phase change. Here for corresponding to negative half cycle, we have here negative, corresponding to positive, we have here positive. So here if we go along closed loop, 180 degree phase change. So here it is 180 degree. Now next one. In negative feedback, the closed loop gain is equal to open loop gain, greater than open loop gain, less than open loop gain, none of these. So what happens here? Suppose we take amplifier and suppose this is input and here we get output. Now open loop gain A, this is gain, means output voltage upon input voltage when there is no feedback. So this is open loop gain. Now suppose part of output is fed back to input through feedback circuit. Here it is amplifier. So here we have beta times V0. So what happens here? Input is what? Vi plus beta times V0. So here input is Vi plus beta times V0. So we get here A is equal to. Now what happens here? Since input changes, output changes. So I can take V0 dash, V0 dash, V0 dash. This is output with feedback. So what happens here? A is equal to V0 upon Vi plus beta times V0. This is open loop gain. Now gain with feedback A dash, it is V0 dash upon Vi. Vi, this is actual signal. Actual signal. Now here we have V0 dash, V0 dash. Now if we simplify these two, means here you can take V0 dash Vi out 1 plus beta V0 dash upon Vi. So we get here A here I have to take Vi so use this here. So you will get A dash is equal to A upon 1 minus beta A. 1 minus beta A. For negative feedback, here we have positive sign. So here for negative feedback, A dash will be equal to A upon 1 plus beta A. So it is less than A. So it is less than open loop gain. It is less than open loop gain. So gain with feedback, it is less than open loop gain. If the feedback is, if beta is the feedback factor and A is gain, then for oscillator this beta A is equal to 1. Beta A is equal to 1 means what happens here? We have positive feedback here. Here feedback circuit. And we have A dash is equal to A upon 1 minus beta A. So what happens here? We apply Vi here and we get output. Once we get output, we take out this input signal, and due to feedback we get here input, and due to that we will get output again. Input, output, input, output, and so on, though there is no input. So this is possible, means what happens here? Gain becomes infinite. This is possible when 1 minus beta A is equal to 0 or 1 is equal to beta A. In negative feedback amplifier, A is equal to 50, B is equal to 0.02 and Vi is equal to 50 millivolt, then gain with feedback is, now gain with feedback is A dash is equal to A upon 1 plus beta A. This is for negative feedback. A is 50 upon 1 plus 0.02 into 50, so we will get 50 upon 1 plus 1, so it is 25. It is 25. It is 25. Now next one, in phase shift oscillator, each branch of RC network produces the phase difference. Now if we see here phase shift oscillator, its circuit diagram is like this. R1, RF, actually you can take it is variable. We get V0 here, minus, plus, and here it is input. Actually this is inverting amplifier. And here we have to give feedback. Now feedback is given through RC network, and that circuit is what? That circuit is like this. And here it is given. Since it is positive feedback, here 180-degree phase shift is between input and output. So here it is 60-degree, then here 60-degree, here 60-degree. So here between output and this point there is 60-degree phase shift. Then between this and this there is 60-degree phase shift. From this and this there is 60-degree phase shift. So total 180-degree phase shift. So 60-degree phase shift. So thanks very much. This is about multiple choice questions on operational amplifier. Best luck for your study. If you like my lecture, I request you to subscribe my channel and as well as press like button. In next lecture, I will take multiple choice questions on digital circuits, means number systems as well as logical gates. Thanks very much.